Pardon me while I forgot to do one thing. There we go. Super. All right, now I can see you all and me, but you've hopefully got me centered in your screen, because that will be important today to be able to see what we're doing today. What we've been working on is sort of a merger of the basics that we need in order to do any form, as well as the senior form. And since some of us know grasp the bird's tail from other forms and some of us don't, we're doing a lot of that in grasp the bird's tail. So we're teaching both grasp the bird's tail at the same time we are teaching the fundamentals. So last week we looked at push, and we looked at how we pushed in real life. And we discovered that when we did, and we really wanted that stability to make a hard push, we ended up something that was very similar to a bow step, which was interesting. And then we did some explorations of the bow step and how we stepped from bow step to bow step. Today, we're going to do something different. We are going to, if we're lucky, we're going to get at least one, maybe two of the parts of movements in grasp the bird's tail that we have not done yet. Roll back and press. And we're going to talk about how in Tai Chi we move our arms by moving from our center, by initiating things from the center. And we're going to talk about that as moving our torso today. So that's what's going to happen. So if you have handy a way to sit. And if you don't, that's perfectly fine, because we're going to do it sitting and then we're going to do it standing. So if you have, like, not a lounge chair, right? But if you have a chair that you can kind of sit up straight, and I see that at least one of you has a chair that might move with you. That might be a challenge, but just keep your feet well grounded. So you want your feet well grounded. You want to get in kind of a version of chair. What would that be in a chair? That would be that you are really sitting on your butt. You feel it really well grounded, and you're not doing this. You know, you're not doing this. You're sitting up, right? You're sitting up. And you want to have, you don't want your back necessarily against the chair. Oh boy, I'm John and Gail and Tia, and they look fabulous. Their heads are up, their butts are down. They look really, really grounded and fabulous. And I'm looking around now, and other people do too. So that's great. And then you want to have those long necks that we have all the time. Fabulous. And we're just going to, do what we've done before, right? We're going to come up, breathing in, and then we're going to come down. And I want you to feel your spine getting longer as you're pushing down. Just a nice stretch in your spine, and coming up, looking up at the moon, bending those arms over, pushing down. Nice. Those feet still grounded. One more time. Don't lose that your feet are still part of you. Yeah, feel the bottoms of your feet. Nice. Nice. All right, now our hands are going to come down like by our sides, and then they're going to come up like opening and down. And as you're pushing down, feel that heaviness in the bottom of you. And then also, one more time, coming up. And as you're pushing down, feel that lengthening in your spine. Down, down, down. Nice. And here it's a little harder to push until you can't push anymore. You're probably going to have to go beside you. Right. Right. But you can still feel that point where if you had something floating in the water and you were trying to keep control of it, you couldn't go any further. Right. But your arms are still a little bent. Nice. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to look at our center, right? So I want you to imagine, Kelly gave me this. Kelly is one of our instructors. I don't know if you're going to feel particularly comfortable about this analogy, but imagine you have a magic marker, coming out of your belly button. All right. So just try drawing with that magic marker for a minute. See what that feels like. Now I want you to keep sitting there. And this is great because I am not seeing anybody's butts move or your feet move. In fact, keep those feet planted on the ground, right? Now, I want you to pretend that your finger's like a magic marker. Put one on this side. And I'm going to take this off actually for now. Right. So put it like this. Now the side that your hand is in, I've got my finger is pointing straight out like it's just a pencil coming out, right? Finger coming out. As you just go back and forth, and that sort of pencil finger, like push with the same that you've got the hand up, and you're going to go this way. Ready? Push with that foot and give a turn. So push with the foot that is holding your pencil, and then come back to center. Switch your hands and push with this foot, the foot that's on the same side as your finger. Push. You should feel that you can really, that push with your foot, when we're in a bow staff, it'll be your back foot, really helps you. But keep your other foot very grounded. You want both feet on the floor, because we never forget our bottom body, okay? And let's do this side again. And push with that foot, right? Nice. I see everybody's butts in chairs staying the same place. Now, your belly button, depending on how you are and who you are, and how your body moves for you, may be moving just 1/8 of an inch, or it may be moving a lot. But what I want you to do now is do the same thing again. You're going to push with this foot and push in that direction, right? Turn in that direction with a push. And now I want you to let your shoulders go as far as they go. And then and then on the other side, let your shoulders go as far as they go. All right, so we can put our hands down now because we've got the hang of this. And what you're going to do is you're going to push with this foot and turn this way. And then come back as you let up. And then push with this foot and turn this way. And then come back. Push with this foot and turn this way. And come back. Nice. And what I want you to realize is that you did that and your butts never moved. So now let's stand up. Get rid of our chairs. All right. Get rid of our chairs. Let's do one opening just so that we can move. So we're going to open and come down, sinking that center. And then let's just come up. Remember we did this at the beginning? Nice. And down, right? Now, you can have your knees bent, or you can have your knees straight. Don't lock them. And make sure though that your feet are straight. And I want you to pretend you're sitting on that chair, not really sitting on the chair we just had, but that bar stool. Remember that bar stool? Sitting on that bar stool, you're reaching with the bottom of your butt just a little bit, and that tips your pelvis just a little bit. Now, we're going to turn our upper body this direction, but we're going to push with this foot and just turn our torso, okay? Turn our torso and then turn back. Nice. Now we're going to turn the other way. I want you to push with this foot, but turn that way. Push, turn. Okay? And return, push with this foot and turn the other way. And back. And push with this one and turn the other way. And back. Now this is tricky. I want you to do this and I'm going to tell you one more thing. You're going to push with this foot, turn this way, turn, 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 turn. Stop here. Look down and make sure both of your knees are straight. Your knees are in line with your toes. You haven't moved your hips, if that's true. Now let's come back to center and do it on this side. Knees in line with the toes, still sitting on that bar stool. Push with this foot, turn, look down, make sure those knees are in line with the toes. Got it? Everybody able to do that? Good. I'm seeing lots of thumbs up. All right. So let's just keep out those knees and the feet as if this whole part of you was encased in something. Oh, I don't know. It could be a beautiful glass, magical glass, if you like that idea. If you're hot, it could be snow, you know, you're just in it, but your hips are not moving, right? And you're pushing. Remember, you're pushing with the opposite leg as you turn, right? Just a little push gives you a better turn. Nice. Very nice. I am seeing nice, still hips. Super. Wonderful. All right. Let us add some arms to this. All right. So what if our arms move with our torso? Well, it was just happening that way, wasn't it? We were turning and our arms were moving, right? Right. Let's pretend for a moment. Now I want those knees to stay straight, right? Still the bar stool. I want you to pretend for the moment that you are a puppet, and everybody's but a puppet of great. Everybody went like this. That was good, but somebody's always holding the string that keeps you upright, right? So you're very upright. You have that string. So let that golden cord come out of the top of your head and hold you, right? And then somebody is turning you, right? Turning you. And your arms, nothing's happened to your arms yet. So your arms are just going with your body. You got that? Okay. Now, have your puppeteer put your arms up as if, and high, here, have them put up an arm up for high five. Nice, everybody's got it, okay. And then have your puppeteer put it in front of you so that we have, so that we have our ward off. Nice, lovely ward offs. And our other hand is gonna come in like we do. And remember, that puppeteer is going to turn our body. So what have we got right now? Right now, our hips are straight. If you want to go into a bow step, you can. That would work. But our hips are straight. So this is a little different than it would be otherwise, right? I just want to play with you for a minute. Okay? Now put your arms down. Okay, so we've got the idea of what we're going to be doing. All right, first, let your puppeteer turn you. Just turn you. Nice, nice, very nice. I'm seeing good turns. I'm seeing knees stay straight. Perfect, perfect. Now, your puppeteer is going to do something interesting. Your puppeteer is going to accelerate during the turn and then stop suddenly. I want you to accelerate your turn and then stop and see what happens to your arms. Yeah, they kind of did something, didn't they? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So turning from your center can do something with your arms, right? Right, right, okay. So they can go with you or they can have momentum. So we're going to play with both of those concepts today. So I want you to be in a pool now, not as your puppet. Be in a pool with some water here, all right? And you want to feel the water. Have you ever done that? You put your hands on the water and then you turn and you feel and you feel and you feel, and then you throw your arms as you turn back. You know what I mean? And then have you ever done that? And your arms kind of swish around. Yeah, your arms, what do? They swing. So swing them on that water. Just swing them. Nice. Oh, Sue, that was wonderful. Swings and then turn back. And they have to do this little circle at the end, right? Right? Because or sort of, they sort of naturally do their thing. Nice. All right. So there's two ways our puppeteer could have us go, or you could have you go, having everything go from the center. One is you could be like a puppet. Am I still here? I'm seeing everybody look real quiet. Yes, good. All right. Good, you're listening. All right. So we could be, so let's, why don't you actually go into right ward off? So your right foot, but high five me. So this is your right hand and this is your right foot, okay? It'll just be easier that way. And let's put our ward off up here. And we're in a bow step. Remember that? We're in this nice bow step. And what does that mean? That means our hips are this way. You know, they're open. And where are our knees? Aligned with our toes. And where is our weight? Right now, I don't really care. I mean, if you want to put it in the center, you can put it in the center, or you can straighten that back leg and have a bit more of a, you know, it's up to you at this point. I'm working on arms, okay? So this is where I am, and I'm not going to show you that, but we are open to the side, right? We're open at our hips.
Mary, are you leaving?
And we're also open at our torso, right? Okay, so here's our right arm right here and our left arm. Remember, our left arm is pointed. Beautiful, Gail L. That's great. Wonderful. You've got it. A little more tip here. A little more tip. This way. Just a little bit. Yeah, maybe. You know what I think it is? I think it's your camera. There we go. Looking good. All right. So what are we going to do? We are going to say to our puppeteer, turn us square. Okay, so we're going to turn the torso. And as we do, let's just take this hand. This hand is going to rotate, 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 rotate out. Okay?
Mary?
So from here, one more time. As we turn, 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 turn. Nice. And those of you who haven't done this before, that's terrific. Great. One more time. I'm going to turn a little faster. So your puppeteer goes turn, and you're connected like a little robot. So your hand turns out. Okay? While you're doing that, this other arm is going to keep pointing, but it's also going to rotate. It's going to rotate like this and travel along with you. Okay? So it's going to rotate. Your thumb's going to come towards you and up. It doesn't work the other way, right? It doesn't work the other way. Here we go. All right, so here we are. And rotate, 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 rotate. And you are now facing forward, right? Your chest is facing forward. You're going to look at your hands. One more time. From here. and rotate, 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 rotate. Chests forward. Yeah, lovely. Okay, there's another thing we could do, and that is when we're here, we could just freeze our arms right here and then turn back to the side like this. Right? Now, when we do it, we're actually going to go back. We're also going to shift back. We'll go through shifting in a minute. But let's just hold our arms there for a minute, just like we were a robot or a puppet, and just turn. Nice. And back and turn. And right now, our bottom half is not moving. Okay? So this is the hands for rollback. So let's put those two things together. From here, when our torso is to the corner, and rotate, turn, rotate, turn, and then freeze the arms and just come back where you started. That's your upper body. And your arm does not, your right arm does not straighten. It just stays right there. All it's doing is this kind of stuff. It's amazing. Like your body shape stays the same. So one more time. Here we go. Here. And here. Now, just for fun, because, okay, everybody's looking great. Great. That's the rollback arms. I want to give you two kinds, though, of the way our body really controls our arms and our torso. Okay, I want to introduce that concept because it is fundamental to how all these movements connect with each other. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put that acceleration turning a little out of sync to pull things back that we did here. Remember that? We turned when our arms were on this side, and then it sort of pulled them back, and we turned and it pulled them back. Do this for again. Remember? We did this. We kind of turned. So do it slowly. Turn back, turn. But there's this little moment at the end, right? When you turn back a little before, if you let them go, you turn back a little before, and then you zip them back. Nice, nice. Try it in a pool sometime. It's really lovely. Nice, nice. Okay, terrific. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook press into rollback. And in order to do that, it's going to be easier for me to show you that from the side. So at this point, I'm just going to do the arms. I'm going to put, this is our right hand now. And I'm going to turn this way so you can come shoulder to shoulder. You can put your right shoulder next to me here. You know, your right is this way, right? And we can just stand here, right? So here's our right ward off. And when we're in right ward off, see, I'm turned this way. So you'll want to be turned that. Nice correction, nice correction. Turning your upper body this way. And then we're going to rotate both arms, right? Our left arm is rotating this way, and our right arm is rotating this way, right? Rotate as we turn. Right? Now my chest is to the front, and my hand almost looks like it's pushing out towards the corner. It's not a push, but it kind of looks that way, right? Then we're going to freeze those arms. Remember that? And in sync with my body, we're just going to turn back to the corner. Nice. Everybody's got it. Now I want you to look over your right shoulder for a second and watch what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to turn back, but my arms have momentum. So my right arm continues to circle, and my left arm just rotates as I turn back. You can imagine that actually happening, right? Watch in real time here. If I was here and I did this quickly, and then I let my elbow go as I turn back, well, it's going to be pulled by my shoulder coming back. So it's going to bring my arm around, right? It's just going to bring my arm. Yeah, nice, Veronica. Beautiful. Beautiful. So play with that for a minute. Put your chest this way and your arm pushing out. And then it can go in sync, but then you're kind of holding that arm in that position as you do this. Then let this arm bend as you put your chest back. It comes right in. It comes right in, right? So here we are, chest this way, and then in sync, and then turn the other way. And look, it just keeps going and pulls right in. So this is a very powerful move if you don't stop. You've gone like this, you've come back, we stop here. But if we didn't, here's roll back, then we can come right back. And the thing here about press is that your body shape is too close, too close. It's like it's a little too close, when you're getting ready to push. You know that feeling? Remember that from last week? You've gotten that feeling that, oh, you want to go forward, right? And that's what you do. You go forward in press. Just forward. So it ends up looking like this. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you from the front, but don't high five me now. Don't do it with me. Just let me show you these movements. There's a couple more things we have to talk about before we put it all together. So I'm here, and if you try, it may be hard if you try doing it with me because we've been high-fiving. But if you can't, you can go ahead. It's going to be the other way, So rotate, 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 rotate. Then we're going to go back. We're going to talk about the shifting in a minute. We're going to bend the back knee and straighten the front knee and really turn everything to the side. Then we're going to let this arm, this right arm, continue the circle. The left arm's just going to flip, stay in position and flip. But the right arm continues its circle as what? As we turn back the other way. And these two arms join. And then we expand forward. Okay? I'm going to show it to you from here where you probably can do it with me. But we're going to work on the footwork in just a second. Rotate, 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 rotate. Step one. Then hold them in position as we go back, and we'll talk to that in a minute. We're going to turn to the side. Nice. Then after that's the end of rollback, there's going to be a lot of momentum in this right arm. You let the elbow bend as your shoulders and torso turn back, and look at this hand. That thumb goes down and joins. And then you expand forward with press. Nice. Lovely. All right. So that's the essence of press. What are the important things that we've talked about that are basics here? I want to make sure we do that. And then we're going to go to more basics in the footwork. And we're going to put it all together in these two movements. So the basics are, we're turning from here, we're turning from here, we're turning and turning back. turning, turning, turning. There's a lot of turning from here. And our arms are going with us. Turning. They are rotating and being taken by our body in that direction. And then they're staying with our body, but then they have momentum, and that's different. And they take the path they have to take because of physics and the way you are holding or not, releasing that elbow or not. Then I want you to think of this body shape as having a perfect shape. And its perfect shape is kind of like this. But now you're compressed. You're like a balloon that's too compressed. So your body presses outward. It expands outward. And at the same time, you're going to be moving from the back to the front. So let's look at the moving from the back to the front, because we didn't do a whole lot with shifting last week. So I want to go back to push. So get yourselves in push, which is one of the next moves. Remember, we're just going to put our hands like this, where we're on someone, right? Remember, you pull, you pull them into you. You're too close. You're too close, but you feel like you have energy, right? In that back foot. Yeah. Oh, Gail, that looked beautiful. Yes. Yes. Gail, why? That was beautiful. I was watching you. You push and all that energy comes out. But it wasn't only that you pushed, it was also that you were like a balloon that was smushed here a little bit. And it wants to come up and out, right? Nice. Okay, let's look at this bow step. Remember, shoulder width apart. Remember, our knees are not in front of, beyond our toes. Nothing like this. You got to be like this, okay? Because I can't see a lot of the bottoms of you. Shoulder width apart this way, right? Back foot off to the corner. And our hips. What about our hips? Well, we want that back knee. I want you to look at your back knee. I want that back knee, so bend it a little bit. Make sure it's going in the direction of your toes. If it's not, you've really got to open here, right here, here, okay? And one way to tell that back foot is in the right direction is that your whole back foot is on the ground. It's not like on the inside of your foot. And it's not on the outside of your foot, it's your whole foot. So if you're feeling like your back foot is mostly the inside of your foot, then chances are that knee is not really pointing where it should be. All right. Similarly, on the front, you want the knee pointing in line with the toes. Right. So at the moment, we're not in the middle. Let's get in the middle. Push a little, bend that back knee just a little, and get where you're 50-50. The other thing I want your, for now, you can see, and remember, we can have our chest to the front, or we can have our chest to the side, but that's not change anything, right? Because our hips are where our hips are. Our hips are open to the corner. Okay. And here we are at the center. They're still open to the corner. So if your hips are, so you want to get the center of you into that center line. So make sure that that's the case. Easy to do when we're centered like this. Now, here's what I want you to do. Only this. Straighten the front and bend the back. And then straighten the back and bend the front. Do you feel how little your center actually moves? Notice that. It's not moving that much. Now, sometimes in our Tai Chi, we move that center a lot because we're also stepping at the same time. But to just shift, that center doesn't move that much. So let's try this. We were up here here, right? And we were like this. And then we're going to turn like this, right? Our torso is going to turn like that. Well, that's not going to make any difference. And then we're going to go back. So we're going to straighten the front and bend the back, right? But not a whole lot, just like we just did. But at the same time, turn. You should not feel the center of you. Like if you had one of the teachers at our school, one of the owners at our school, Mike Lucero says, you know, you can just imagine you've got like this bowling ball that goes through the floor that's from the center of you. So it's just, you know, it's like moving just a few inches here, right? And we're going like this. That front foot still has weight on it, 40% of your weight. What tends to happen in this movement is we go back too far. Don't go back too far. 40%. You're still open. Both feet are still fully on the ground. Okay? So our footwork for these two movements are like this. First, and I'm going to include our chest, our torso. First, everything's open to the corner. We've got our arms up here, right? But everything is open to the corner. We're looking this way. Then, as we move our arms to the right, our feet don't change. The only thing that happens, they don't change at all. The only thing that happens is our torso turns and the arms go with it. Then our torso is going to turn, but I want you to think about coming back as just taking your center on the center line and straightening the front leg and bending the back as you turn. That's all it is. And keeping weight on that front foot. And look, here's the other weird thing. It's going to look really weird because I'm turned. But you see, there's still this tip forward. See that tip forward that I had here? If I come back, it's still there. Well, when I come back and I turn at the same time, it's still there. It is like my right shoulder is pointing with power, right? With my power, it's still very pointing towards the direction I'm about to go. So roll back. We turn our torso. Front doesn't change. As we turn our torso, we shift back, still feeling the weight on the front foot. Moving from here into press, what happens? Our footwork stays the same, but when we turn our chest on our center, it will feel like our right hip goes back. It's our torso that's giving us that feeling, but it's going to feel that way. And you're open in this direction. Then again, you come forward, and because one hip is in front of the other, you will feel your hips more open to the side. I just want everybody. Oh, Gail, why? That is beautiful. That is a most beautiful bow step I have seen today. So nice job. Great. All right, now, so let's try putting these things together and see how crazy or wonderful it is. All right. So first, we're going to do the high five, and it's going to be a little hard to see, but that'll remind you of what's going on. So high five. This is your right foot, right? This is your right arm. Remember, we're in this bow stance. Check all the essentials that you need. Really turned out here. Back leg is pretty straight. This one here, here. Nice. All right, looking good. Looking good. Elbow over the right knee. Elbow over the right knee. Nice, nice, very nice. And we are going to turn our chest square. And as we do, rotate these arms. Step one. Nice. All right. These fingers are still pointing towards that middle forearm. Then we're going to freeze. We actually have somebody's arm here, so our arms are going to stay where they are. We're going to throw somebody, and we're going to bend this back leg and straighten the front. And do you see how I'm centered? You see how my center is centered? It's going to stay centered. You see that? It does not move. Nice, nice. Keep this right arm bent. Don't let it straighten too far. Okay. Then what happens in press? Well, you didn't stop here. You let the momentum, you're going to turn back this way, and you're going to let the momentum carry it around. And that right hand just turns over and keeps pointing. Nice. And now you're too small, and you're way back, and you're way centered, right? And you expand forward. Beautiful. Beautiful. And guess what? We're almost in the position. So we would actually be expanding forward here. Sorry, like this. So, because I was getting ready. So bring your hand down, and we're back where we started. And rotate, 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 rotate. And bend that back leg. Keep in the center of your bow step. Keep weight on your right foot, right? And that was rollback. But if we didn't stop, you're going to flip that right hand right where it is, and you're turning back and hooking it. Hook that right hand to the center of that forearm when you're sort of squashed, and then expand forward as you straighten the back leg. Looking good. All right. So looking over your right shoulder will be a little hard when you turn left, but we'll do it in both directions in a minute. All right, so we're going to start in this direction. We've been doing it. So right bow step, left is out towards your left corner. If this is front, your front left corner, okay? And the right is towards the front. And get yourself grounded in that bow step. Right arm up, left arm in for right ward off. Roll back, turning our torso square, our arms both rotate, and then we straighten the front leg. We're not changing the arms. Everything is sort of frozen except our torso turns as we go back. Do you have weight on your front right foot? Check. Looking good. All right, now to go to press, you release the elbow and let the forearm and hand continue around as you thumb down and let your left arm join the center. And you are too close. Oh, that looks beautiful, Veronica. Nice. Dorothy, nice. And expand as you push with that back foot. Nice. All right. All right. Veronica, look down and make sure your right foot, your right knee is not past your toes. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Good. All right. All right, let's do it from here. Right bow step. Okay, so I'm thinking everybody should, let's see. Yeah, most of you are. What will help you? Yeah, most of you are doing it. Okay, good. Good. All right, so your right arm over your right knee in right ward off and turning to the right. Rotate, 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 and straighten that front leg. The center of you keeps going straight back as you bend. This is the end of rollback. There's a brief pause, and then we go on to press. What happens? You're going to turn your torso back to square, but you've released your right elbow, and your left arm just rotates into position, and then you push with the back foot and expand out. Nice. Bringing our right hand down the way it usually is. Roll back. Rotate, 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 rotate as we turn and going back, turning left. It's a really big turn. It's a little more than 45 degrees because our hips are so open. Is there weight on your right foot? Check your knees are still in line. And press, turning back the torso, bringing the arm in, rotating that left arm, and then expanding out as you push with your back foot. Nice. All right. So let me summarize a couple of things. For those of you who are advanced, I want you to really this week practice where are your arms swinging in the forms you know, and where are you using momentum, and where does that momentum come from? And let it happen. It will bring, oh, nice, Veronica. It will bring grace and power to your form. Okay, and it'll help your upper and lower body coordination. And those of you who are just starting, no worries, because understanding this makes it so much easier. Let me also say that feeling comfortable in rollback took me about 7 years. Okay. So if it doesn't quite feel right, I'm giving you all the tips I have, but at some point you just have to log a lot of rollbacks, and then your body will tell you how to do it. Okay. So if it continues to feel weird, just go for it. And hopefully I'm telling you things that'll help. All right. We are going to start now at the very beginning of what we know in our form. And we are going to do everything we know through push. And we are also going to be solidifying all of this next week. All right. So, and maybe introducing a couple of other new things. So let's see what we can do. We'll try doing it around the clock a bit. So we'll start doing it as in this direction, even though that's not our typical one. All right. Feet together. Prepare. Shifting our weight, stepping out, toe ball heel shift, centered, prepared. Opening, arms floating up and pushing down as we sink. White crane spreads its wings. Right arm circling up across your body as we step back into an empty step. Close, change our footwork to ball, and right arm up, warding off. left arm pushing down. Right ward off, shifting all of our weight, circling our arms, step to the corner, close everything to center, and then out for that bow step. Right arm up, left arm back, right ward off. Roll back, rotate, rotate, turning, 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 and going straight back as we swing our arms to the left. Press, releasing that right elbow, rotating that left arm, and they pull in as we turn back square our torso. Our weight is 60% back, 40% front, and oh, we are so ready to expand forward. Nice. Remember that left hand now, our arms separate, our left hand goes over the right till our arms are parallel, and then back, hands over a ball. Oh, that feeling of being just ready and pushing up the diagonal and the power in our legs as we push. So we can just come from here and start again. Prepare. Releasing our left foot, stepping out, toe ball heel, centered, erect, prepared, opening, arms rotating and lifting up to shoulder height. Our center drops, and so do our arms, pushing down. Shifting left, getting ready for that, releasing that right foot, arms cross, right arm up across our body, circling, rocking back on that left foot as we close, change to an empty step ball touch. Right ward off, shifting all our weight back, arms circling, pick up that left foot, put it down, spin on the ball of your foot, bring in everything to center and out for that bow step. Right, bring that bird up and pet its tail for right ward off. Roll back, turning our torso to the right, arms follow, rotating, and then swing, swing, swing as we go back, releasing that arm into press, reeling it in and banding out. Okay, folks, here's the moment of truth. We will do it again from here. You're going to be turning in such a way as it's away from me. So you'll be able to learn what it is that you're going to want to practice next week. And prepare. Opening. Arms floating up. Coming down. Let's give you another view of white crane. Shifting left. See that coordination? There you go. Close. Change the footwork. Right arm up, left arm down. And right ward off. Shifting left, arms turning. Circling. We come, arms together, stepping out, raise the bird. Nice, everybody. And roll back. Turn, 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 turn. Lovely, lovely. And turn back the other way. Swing, 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 swing. Release that right arm. Go into press. Reel it in and press out as you move forward. And then into push, coming back over the ball. Lovely, everybody. Push up the diagonal. Nice. Let your arms drop. Stand on your right foot. And let's do one more. Then we will have done it all the way around the clock. So you're facing away from me, probably, or wherever, at this point. I want you to go into prepare. You're going to release that left foot and step out. Nice. And opening. You know how to do this. Arms float up. And you sink down. Nice. And then white crane. This is a memory test. Shifting left. Right arm circles across the body up. You're stepping back. Right foot. Close our arms and right arm up. Left arm down. Left foot in a ball touch. Shifting back onto your right foot. Arms circling. Step to the corner with your left. You should be able to look over your right shoulder now and see right ward off. And roll back. Return our torso square, our arms go to the right, and then we shift back, swinging and turning, and into press, turning our upper body square and expanding. Out. Push. Left hand over the right as our arms separate, coming back over the ball and pushing up the diagonal. Bring our arms down. Bring our foot in. And turn to me. And we will close class. Great work, everybody. Prepare. Opening. White crane spreads its wings. Grasp the bird's tail, right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Left brush knee and push. Right brush knee and push. Step up and punch down. Golden rooster stands on one leg. 1, 2. Repulse monkey. High pan on horse. Right separation kick. Left heel kick. Twin fists, strike opponent's ears. Needle to see bottom. Cloud hands, right, left, right, left, right, single whip. Turn body, white snake spits out its tongue. Turn body, parting the wild horse's mane. Fair lady works the shuttles. Strike tiger left. Strike tiger right. Thrust palm. Turn body, 7 stars. Bend bow, shoot tiger. Parry block and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Closing. Finish.